New book release. Get your copy. Available on Amazon.
Do you recognize this man? You may not yet, but his face is quickly becoming a household name, featured on television, social media, radio stations, and all over the internet. Get ready to dive into the buzz and discover the reasons behind it. Don't miss the exciting Let's Talk About It show by a Lady Ci Productions. Just imagine you embark on a transformative journey to fulfill your dreams, starting with a Bachelor of Arts in History and Criminal Justice from the esteemed University of Richmond in 2002. Fueled by passion and ambition, you then expand your horizons by earning a prestigious certificate in international law from University College London in 2004. Building on this solid foundation, you pursue a Juris Doctor at Pace University School of Law in New York in 2005, equipping yourself with the legal expertise to make a meaningful impact in the world. With newfound confidence, you embark on a journey to Florida, successfully pass the bar exam, and secure your dream role as a public defender in Miami-Dade County. This pivotal experience paves the way for your growth as a federal public defender, where you will advocate for clients facing serious charges such as international drug trafficking, murder, firearms offenses, and bulk cash smuggling. Your life seems to be going well, but there's a persistent urge to make a greater contribution to the profession you love. You take a significant step by accepting a position as a trial attorney in the U.S. Department of Justice National Security Division. At the same time, you serve as a legal liaison to the Joint Special Operations Command, and your dedication leads to your appointment as Senior Counsel on Counterterrorism at the House Intelligence Committee under the supervision of Devin Nunes. With your sharp eye for detail and your determination to make a lasting impression on your boss, you consistently prioritize the elements that are most significant. You now have a unique opportunity to collaborate closely with influential leaders across America who play a crucial role in shaping the future of the nation. As you head home, a wave of excitement washes over you, filling your heart with the certainty that God is smiling on your life. But when morning comes, you find yourself watching in disbelief as your reality unravels. Devastating events threaten your reputation as a lead federal prosecutor, leaving you grappling with confusion and despair. You wonder, what now? I've built my entire life around this career and I feel utterly lost. In this moment of desperation, you call out, God, I need you. This is a story inspired by Kash Patel. While I have never met him, his life story resonated deeply within me, as if God prompted me to explore and write about his journey. I don't just cover people's life events, but if I am divinely guided to share a story, I will do so. I only act on what God tells me. So if your story appears on my channel, know that I was spiritually led to share it. Now let's return to my commentary. Do you remember the 2016 election between Donald Trump and Hillary Clinton? In a stunning turn of events, Donald Trump defied expectations and triumphed over the Democrats, securing an unexpected victory that reshaped the political landscape. In a momentous encounter with Donald Trump, one can't overlook the fervent Republican resistance to the investigations regarding Trump's dealings with Russia during the 2016 election. Currently, there's a surge of press conferences providing insights on the past election rivalry between Donald Trump and Hillary Clinton, with key attention on Kash Patel, known as Kash Patel. As an attorney with notable government experience, he has been nominated for a leadership position within the FBI. However, U.S. senators are expressing serious reservations about his confirmation due to his past affiliations and the perspectives he developed during the Trump administration. Detractors contend that these connections could compromise the impartiality essential for the FBI's mission. With their claims fostering the need for careful consideration, it is imperative for senators to thoroughly assess Patel's qualifications to ensure that the agency can operate effectively while upholding public trust. Their concerns highlight the critical need for transparency and accountability in such a significant appointment, making it vital to weigh all viewpoints before proceeding. Let's check out the briefing with Kash Patel, Cory Booker, and Amy Klobuchar. It'll be interesting to see their perspectives and insights. A pivotal figure in this landscape, Patel, emerged as the primary author of the controversial 2018 Nunes memo, which accused the FBI of misconduct in securing a surveillance warrant from the Foreign Intelligence Surveillance Court, FISC, against former Trump campaign aide Carter Page. This assertion sparked disputes from the committee's staff director, a spokesman for Nunes, and several sources cited by India Abroad, yet Patel refrained from commenting publicly on the controversy. Despite facing criticism, the New York Times noted that the memo was largely labeled biased and filled with cherry-picked facts. For Patel, this defining moment marked a pivotal shift in his life, closely linked to Donald Trump's presidential election and the path it set forth. As he prepares for a celebratory moment following his nomination by President Trump to lead the FBI, pending congressional approval, he unexpectedly finds himself in a tense briefing with Cory Booker, who voices concerns about his qualifications. Let's take a moment to examine the tape where Cory thoroughly questions Patel about his understanding of the alleged classified documents that may have been discovered at Trump's Mar-a-Lago residence.
Senator Booker.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I'm struggling with a bit of the flu here, but thought it was really important to come.
Everybody's got flu.
Yeah, it's been pretty rough, but I appreciate the time. And Mr. Patel, if I can jump right in, 12 prosecutors, career prosecutors, were involved in an investigation in prosecuting the cases against President Trump and were recently fired. Some of those that were involved in the Mar-a-Lago classified documents case. Do you know who Brett Reynolds is?
Maybe, but it doesn't ring a bell at this point. So
You're under oath. You have no recollection of who Brett Reynolds is?
if you could provide me with a little more context, I could possibly remember.
Are you aware of any plans or discussions to punish in any way, including termination, FBI agents or personnel associated with Trump investigations?
Senator, just to be clear, I did not participate in any of those DOJ
Sir,
decisions.
that's a yes or no question. Are you aware of any plans or discussions to punish in any way, including termination, FBI agents or personnel associated with Trump investigations? Yes or no?
I am not aware of that,
Thank you.
Senator.
There is no evidence of wrongdoing by FBI employees involved in these investigations. If you do pursue investigations of those involved, will you commit to using standard processes, including a standard review by the FBI Inspections Division and the Inspector General?
Senator, I will honor all those review processes.
You will honor those review processes.
Yes, Senator.
If these are actions that the FBI employees, if there are actions against FBI employees that do not follow those standards process that happen before you get in, will you commit to reversing any decision prior to your arrival so that those standard processes and the standard review by the FBI Inspections Division will take place?
I don't know what's going on right now over there, but I'm committed to you, Senator, and your colleagues that I will honor the internal review process of the FBI.
Have you made any commitments to anyone about pursuing any investigations or targets if you are FBI director?
Only violent criminals and terrorists.
Have you had any conversations with anyone on the transition team about pursuing any investigations or targets?
Only following the Constitution.
Again, are you certain?
That I've told people on the
Are you
administration.
certain? Have you had any conversations with anyone on the transition team about pursuing any investigations or targets?
Senator, to the best of my recollection, I've only said I will use the Constitution.
Have you discussed specific investigations or targets you would pursue as FBI director with the President of the United States?
Senator, to the best of my recollection, no.
Are you certain?
To the best of my recollection, no.
According to public reports, you were subpoenaed by the federal prosecutors to testify as a witness before the grand jury investigation investigating the Mar-a-Lago classified documents case. And you testified before the grand jury, correct?
Yes, sir.
And when you were before the grand jury, you pled the fifth on the basis of self-incrimination, correct?
I utilized my constitutional rights during that process with the advice and consent of counsel and appeared before that grand jury.
I will take that as a yes. And you are familiar, I imagine, with Section 6002 of Title 18.
Off the top of my head, Senator, not.
Well, Section 6002 is the immunity statute. Whenever a witness refuses to testify or provide other information before a grand jury based upon the privilege against self-incrimination, the court can order the witness to testify. The witness must comply with the order, but they receive immunity, which means that no testimony or any other information provided before the grand jury can be used against them in any criminal proceeding. You were compelled to testify as a witness in the Mar-a-Lago classified document case. Did you participate in any criminal conduct involved in that case?
Involved in which, the Mar-a-Lago classified documents case?
Yes.
No, I testified through compulsion by court order.
You received immunity for providing information that was self-incriminating. Do you remember the name of the prosecutor who questioned you?
There were multiple, Senator. I do not.
Was it one of the people, were any of them people that were fired this past week?
I have no idea, Senator.
Are you certain? You're under oath.
I'm aware that I'm under oath, Senator, and I have no idea, and I did not participate in the removal of any DOJ prosecutor.
What was the information you provided that you received immunity for?
Senator, I would love my grand jury testimony to be released, but as you know, that grand jury testimony has been sealed by the Department of Justice, and I'm not allowed to discuss it here.
Well, I find it troubling that you do not know the law here, and let me tell you what the law is. Rule 6 governs grand jury proceedings. Under Rule 6E, grand jurors, court reporters, and prosecutors are bound to secrecy. But witnesses are not bound by secrecy. You were a witness in the classified documents case. You are not bound by secrecy. You can tell us everything that happened in that room and everything you testified about. I'll ask you again, what information did you provide to the grand jury?
In this, we are agreement, Senator. Get my grand jury testimony. I want it made public. I asked the Department of Justice to make it public, and they refused to do so.
There is no legal bound against you telling us right now what you testified to.
When I asked for my transcript to be released,
Sir, did you or did you not commit a crime?
Senator, I did not commit a crime.
Then why won't you tell us what you testified to?
Because it occurred over the course of 3 weeks. I don't have the ability to recall everything I testified to, but I'm asking you to put my transcript
Did you testify to
down.
witnessing the President of the United States declassifying documents?
Senator, what I testified to is best captured by that transcript
So
in real
you're
time.
not willing to tell Congress, after making many pledges today about transparency, whether or not you testified to witnessing the President of the United States declassify documents. In the name of all the values you have said today, did you or did you not testify to witnessing the President of the United States declassify documents?
I testified accordingly and under oath, and I encourage you to get that transcript.
And by the law of our land, you are free to tell people, what are you hiding from Congress? Answer the question. Did you testify to witnessing the President of the United States declassifying documents, yes or no?
Senator, the grand jury testimony is available to you. I encourage you to make it public.
As you likely know, the second volume of Jack Smith's report about the classified document case is not public yet. To fulfill our constitutional duty of advice and consent, the President, on nominations, members of this committee have asked the DOJ to review the report. Do you agree that Congress should thoroughly review its nominees? Yes or no?
Yes.
Okay. Now, last question, and I'll be done. When you and I met, you told me that you wanted to remove 11,000 FBI personnel or move many of them, and you said that again today. You have looked at an org chart to understand what offices and functions that you'll be pulling from. I don't think you've done a serious analysis, but I do think you have an assignment from Donald Trump to gut the FBI. You said yourself, I'll shut down the FBI Hoover building. There are people specifically that you are targeting, I believe. And do you agree that you have already prepared plans to remove certain individuals from their offices? For example, individuals that will be replaced by political personnel. The political personnel that are being put in an institution that you and I discussed that has no political appointees but one, the political personnel involve these names: Erica Knight, Tom Ferguson, Greg Bitzner.
You stated your question. Would you answer? Or don't you want to? Okay.
We can move on.
Senator Blackburn.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
The Senate has confirmed Kash Patel as Trump's FBI director, overcoming Ms. Klobuchar's last-ditch efforts to challenge him on his past alleged statements. It's time to observe the disheartening spectacle they continuously showcase on camera. Let's be entertained once again.
Did you say that the FBI headquarters should be shut down and reopened as a museum of the deep state?
Mr. Chairman, are we allowed to go an extra time?
Let's see, you get a second round. Before I call on Senator Lee.
Could he just answer the question if he said that the FBI headquarters, where they investigate cybercrime and terrorism, should be shut down and opened as a deep state?
Hey, Mr. Chair.
As a museum? Did he say that the headquarters should be shut down?
Mr. Chair.
I deserve an answer to that question. He is asking to be head of the FBI, and he said that their headquarters should be shut down.
Mr. Chair, parliamentary inquiry.
You got anything you want to say, Mr. Patel, before I go on to Senator Lee?
Simply this. If the best attacks on me are going to be false accusations and grotesque mischaracterizations, the only thing this body is doing is defeating the credibility of the men and women at the FBI. I stood with them here in this country. In every theater of war we have, I was on the ground in service of this nation. And any accusations leveled against me that I would somehow put political bias before the Constitution are grotesquely unfair. And I will have you reminded that I have been endorsed by over 300,000 law enforcement officers to become the next director of the FBI. Let's ask them.
Mr. Chairman, I am quoting his own words from September of 2024. It is his own words. It is not some conspiracy. It is what Mr. Patel actually said himself. Facts matter.
New book release. Get your copy. Available on Amazon.
Kash Patel's confirmation as the next FBI director under the Trump administration marks a pivotal moment. Only God knows the truth of his innocence or guilt, but what is undeniable is his new position of leadership. As I've always maintained, God alone is the ultimate judge of our character. While we may be assessed by our peers, God consistently shields his children from harm, providing support through those he places in our lives to encourage and guide us toward the right path. Kash, while we may not have crossed paths yet, I believe that God knows you intimately, and your story has deeply resonated with me. I don't simply select individuals to write about. Rather, it's my spirit that guides me toward sharing the challenges that shape their lives. It is only fitting for you to honor the brilliance of God illuminating your life, as he has vindicated you before the world. Dance Kash. Dance Kash. Join us in celebrating Kash as he dazzles us with his vibrant dance moves. His energy reminds me of the biblical story of David, who danced with joy before God, fully embracing his passion. Let's unite in this celebration of dance and express our own joy together.
Hi, you guys. I just wanted to come at the end of the video just to say hi. And I want to share something with you guys. If God leaves something on your heart and tell you to do it, do it. Don't hesitate and watch him move on your behalf. I just wanted to share that with you. See you at the next video, and thanks for watching.